Don't blame you at all.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit disappointed we're not on the course right now. I know we wanted to get on the pod real quickly, but I was like,
Would you prefer to play golf?
I don't
prefer
know.
to record
when
episodes?
When you asked that question yesterday, I was like, what do I want to do?
I said the opposite. So I originally was the one that reached out and said, does anyone fancy golf? And then immediately after I'd said it, I was like, I've regretted saying this. I don't even want to play golf.
Are you falling out of love with it again?
I was saying to Bullis, if you discount the fact that we was in Portugal over New Year, if you discount those rounds, I think it's nearly September and I've probably played golf maybe 6 times all year. So I've barely played this year.
Properly 6 times, because we've recorded scrambles and stuff, haven't we?
Even including them, less than 10 times. Hey, I'll tell you what, before we actually do a proper intro, some of the analytics on our pod, what's going on, boys?
What's happened?
People are tuning in.
I know why.
Why?
I know why. Content creator number 1. That's me, not you. Maybe you.
Right, it's a bit strong you calling yourself the content creator.
You just got a new apprenticeship, mate.
Yeah, love it.
Fucking level 1 BTEC.
National diploma.
No, but honestly, big shout out to everyone because I don't know what it is, but in the last couple of weeks, obviously, we went to Live and put a couple of Live episodes out, and we put a Fantasy Premier League episode out, and then obviously some Premier League predictions.
That Premier League prediction one now, nearly at 700 views. Yeah,
the analytics have gone wild in the last few days. It's getting in people's algorithms big time. Like, we're talking thousands. I had a look this morning. The Fantasy Premier League episodes had 15,000 impressions just on one episode. Like, that's crazy. So thank you.
It's mad what kind of picks up after that as well, because there's been the was it the Premier League prediction ones that's kicking off, and then after that it's the Live Golf Day 2 seems to have flown
hundreds
by.
and hundreds of views in the last few days. Yeah, but what's crazy is, and I've said this before on other pods, what's crazy is we do, you get episodes that have had thousands and thousands of views, people just don't subscribe, do they?
No.
Like I said, I've watched Joe Rogan's podcast for years and I still aren't a subscriber. Like, it's weird. So please, like, if you've got a YouTube account, just hit subscribe. It takes seconds.
Even
but
if you don't watch again.
The massive benefit of that is the more subscribers we get, we can start to go. No, it's not about getting paid. It's about us, like, we get to go live.
What? We're not getting paid.
It's not about getting paid.
Right,
just invoice me, boys. Just invoice me.
So yeah, no, like Chris said, thank you. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Ding. And yeah, keep following.
All right, shall we
keep sharing it?
Get into this episode of this pod? You waiting to be counted in or something? The fuck
you
are you doing?
Yet, have you?
5,
don't need a
4, 3.
You are editing it. You don't need a clap.
What movie is that? Oh, you two might be too young for it. It's Wayne's World.
I know Wayne's World.
So when they get big and they get the fucking TV show with a big channel and stuff, he has to count them in properly. So he goes, what you got to do is you got to go 5, 4, 3. Like that. I'm gonna have to. Oh no, get done for copyright.
You can't put it on.
We'll get done for copyright. I was gonna fucking overlay the Wayne's World clip, because Wayne's World was epic. But yeah. Anyway, we move.
In true fashion of Bullis, we're back in Scunthorpe. We're out of Utoxeter, because that's where we filmed last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I've never said that.
So we're season 4, episode 5.
Yeah,
so
we're
I'm
back.
told
We're back.
I should know this, but I'm told it's that. So
we are fucking back,
and we are stronger than ever.
And I ain't seen you since the Live weekend.
I was driving down to your house a minute ago, and I was thinking, when was the last time we did any sort of content or do anything?
We haven't played golf.
It literally is Live weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, lots of stuff have gone off though. So obviously,
what's gone off? Give us a roundup, Christian.
Well, this episode we're going to talk more about football, aren't we? We're obviously week 2 into the Prem.
Yep.
Because I know you like that. Into the Premier League.
Well, the good thing is, I thought it'd be useful for us to do this, for us to just pick out 7 or 8 clubs, because you had your perception over the summer of what you thought they might have done.
Yeah.
We're 2 weeks into the season. You've started to get a feel for who's back, who's playing well, who's being caught a bit cold, like
who's in the title race,
who's banging trouble, and who's in the title race. So, yeah, it's interesting. So we're obviously coming to you after the end of game week 2. So a couple of results to jog your memories if you're not watching this in real time.
Should we do a quick roundup for the people that don't know what happened?
I'm not doing that. What of the Prem? Who don't know about what happens in the Prem?
No, game week 2.
Go on then, give us your roundup.
It's going to be one of them fucking teletext guys that read the results out.
Give us your top 5 things that happened in week 2. In game week 2.
Man City won, Arsenal won, Liverpool won, United lost.
Chelsea battered Wolves.
There you go.
Although, in fairness, it was 2-2 after 60 minutes. It was a shit show.
In fairness, it was Wolves.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it was a shit show.
That's my roundup.
In terms of Chelsea, though, I think now they're not playing sort of household names to a degree. Like, obviously, Mandueki's playing now, and he wasn't in the starting lineup last year. Obviously, Cole Palmer had a great season last year. He looks to still be sharp as anything. Likes of Sterling aren't playing. Thiago Silva's not playing at the back. You know, these people that are meant to be these wholesale names, and I think you've got those egos out. I think they seem to be playing a little bit better. As a team.
I think we're seeing little early
Neto
green shoots, little sparks of something where they might actually compete in the top 6.
Changed massively when Neto came on as well. He changed
Neto. He's a good player.
He's so injury prone though.
Very good player though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, really good.
When he's on the pitch.
Yeah.
When he's not on the pitch, he's not the best.
The problem with Chelsea is you don't know what Chelsea's going to turn up because they've got 500 players at the training ground, and it seems to be a lucky dip as to who's in the squad.
And in that exact fashion, Man United. So actually, game week 1 looked all right.
Yeah.
Game week 2.
Was that meant to be a segue?
It is, because you don't know what you're going to get with United.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, they got done by Brighton. I don't know. I watched the second half. Everyone saw what was coming.
Yeah.
Like, Brighton were good for that second goal.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, it's just classic United. They've one good game, and then people start to like get excited.
Yeah.
And then because like there's people on TikTok talking about, can they be challengers? They'll be comfortably in the top 4 next week, and they get beat by Brighton.
And Gary Neville claims, Gary, I hope you're watching, because I'm going to tag you in this.
He will be watching.
He claims that Man United will finish above Liverpool.
There was some wild predictions by some of the pundits out there, weren't they?
Crazy.
Some crazy ones. I don't know if they feel like they need to be controversial to stay on the telly.
I think so.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Clickbait.
Yeah, after game week 1, I thought my shout of United being in the top 4 was looking like it would be okay.
Yeah.
But then, like you say, to go away and lose to Brighton 2-1, it's just a bit.
In fairness,
and Brighton aren't a bad team, so let's not. I'm not saying it in that fashion, but
in fairness, Man United weren't great against Fulham either.
They weren't.
They
got the job done.
They were bang average against Fulham. They were very lucky. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes had a couple of big chances, but Fulham had a couple of counter attacks where they could have easily torn them up. But they weren't great. They were bang average against Brighton, who were very, very good.
Yeah.
But your pick's just as wild as Gary Neville's for me.
Well, at least I'm not saying they're going to finish above Liverpool. But and on the flip side to that as well, Man City, I really thought they would maybe have a bit of a season where they struggle with a bit of form and they go and smash.
Why?
Ipswich 6-2.
What inclination gave you that whatsoever?
6-1 even, not 6-2.
Haaland not at the Euros.
I just personally think with City, they're not necessarily making any big signings, and I know there's a lot of talk obviously around the charges and things like that, and they're possibly not making big signings because they know what's going to happen or they've got an idea of things that are going to come their way. And I think stuff in the background always causes a slight disruption, no matter how good your team is. So when that actually begins, I've got a feeling that it might sort of not derail them, but it might disrupt them slightly.
Nah, that team is an AI machine. It's just a robot.
Yeah,
it just
possibly.
churns results out.
Yep.
Like the only grumble you had about City's team and balance last year was they'd let Mahrez go and they'd let Gundogan go, and they didn't have a lot down that right hand side.
Savinho's a player.
That Savinho looks
He's
like
a player.
It does, but doesn't it feel weird that they're getting someone from Genoa? I know obviously it's one of their clubs and things like that. Girona, sorry, yeah. And then Gundogan coming back. It just doesn't seem like a Man City thing to take someone back who's in their 30s.
Gundogan didn't want to leave anyway. Pep didn't want him to go.
It just feels weird. It don't feel like City signings.
It'll be for 1, maybe 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, it's a real good signing because he bolsters that midfield, but
Yeah,
it just doesn't feel like a City signing.
Yeah.
It feels weird for him to go back and get someone.
I think it's crazier to think that Alvarez has gone.
For the money he went for as well, I think it was madness.
Because you look at who now, if
Haaland
Haaland gets injured, Who's the backup to Haaland?
I agree, and they might do some business in the last few days in August before the transfer. I can't see it because you would normally find out about it, wouldn't you?
They've been linked to a couple of players now. You don't believe transfer stories? But
Not really, but if you they've
Not anymore.
They played an entire season waiting for Haaland, where they had no number 9 and still won the title.
Well, yeah.
Like that's how good they are. And then everyone last season was talking about how Foden will come through because De Bruyne has pretty much finished. His legs have gone. De Bruyne has started on fire this season, and Foden's not even got on the pitch.
No, exactly, yeah.
So it's wild, like the depth of that team. I mean, they're clear. My only little devil's advocate to that is, I watched Arsenal play Villa the other night, right? And they've now got that little bit of an aura of they've got a team here. Like they've got a team who can also dig results out when they're not playing well.
I think they were fortunate though.
Yeah, this is what I mean though, but this is what City do.
Well, yeah.
Like
City don't play perfectly all throughout the game, do they? They give away chances where they can.
Arsenal look more mature.
Yeah.
They looked stronger at the back with Timber at left back rather than Zinchenko. They've just got from back to front. I've said before, they've got a depth problem, but their starting 11 is a problem. It's going to challenge.
That's going to be Arsenal's problem because last season, I think it was Gabriel and Saliba played pretty much every minute of every game. And I think they only didn't play like the Carabao Cup games, but every Champions League game they played, every Premier League game they played, Saliba, Gabriel, and your staple players, they played every single minute effectively.
Yeah, I think they'll need a run. They'll need a run again of no injuries. They'll get very lucky. Think about Liverpool; they got decimated by injuries at the start of last season. If that happens to Arsenal, I don't think they'll challenge for the title.
No,
I think it's this year or bust for them.
How?
Title wise,
got a young squad.
Yeah, but I think there are an opportunity now where there's teams around them that are still building.
The
more time they allow it, there'll be teams that will catch up to that top two.
Yeah,
there's one,
make it more difficult.
I think there's two problems with that. I know there's one problem, but two. I think when Pep leaves, Arteta's name will be linked with Man City.
Oh yeah, 100%.
A lot because he was his assistant manager there a couple of years back before he took the Arsenal job. So if he goes to Man City, game over. But I also think as well, you're not going to get players at Arsenal, and this is the flip side, you're not going to get players at Arsenal that think, oh, I want to go to Real Madrid, oh, I want to go to Barcelona, oh, I want to do this. Saka's not going to whinge. Odegaard's already been there, he's not going to whinge. Saliba, probably the same. And they've got a very, very young squad where you think if you stick together for 3, 4, 5 years, you should win trophies.
I think Arteta's emotional attachment is more to Arsenal than City. I know it'd be a big carrot to dangle.
He'd go to City to win trophies.
Do you think?
Yeah, because you're guaranteed. You're guaranteed to win trophies. If Arteta had that City team, he'd win the Premier League every season.
I think if most people had that City team, they'd win the
Premier
League.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that.
What about the team that's going to finish fourth then? Let's look at United.
Again, it's hard to tell after 2 games. Obviously, 1-1, lost 1. They've looked a bit ropey, but they pulled a result out on the first game. I think you've got Chelsea who absolutely smashed Wolves yesterday. You've got Spurs that look strong. They had a really good result yesterday, didn't they? Was it 4-0?
Yeah, 4-0.
So that was really positive. So for me, it's probably one of those 3. I'm still thinking it'll be in that top 4.
I had Spurs in my predictions, and we're not far enough in the season for me to change that.
No.
I'm going to stick with Spurs.
I just, as far as United are concerned, they're spending money, they're buying players, they're trying to make the squad deeper, but they're still miles off it.
If you look at the players they're buying are not first team players. So that Mazraoui and
he is.
and
Mazraoui is. And De Ligt.
They weren't for Bayern, were they?
No, but they will be for United.
Yeah,
though.
but they're not buying players that are quality for the team they're coming from. Do you know what I mean? Because they're not in the starting 11. So they're buying these squad players that are likely to be first team starters for them. And have you seen how many people that once played in the Dutch league are now playing for United? You could field a full 11 with them.
Not surprised, yeah. Not surprised.
Which I don't think that's... I'm not knocking the... Well, I am knocking the Dutch league, but it's not strong enough to field a full 11 from there, is it? Let's face it. You can get the odd 1 or 2 players.
You're taking the best players from that Dutch league, aren't you? Like, you're not just taking the Dutch league. So,
no.
But I agree. Like, it's
not a strong pool to be bringing your talent from, I don't think.
No. What about early signs where you think these teams are doomed? They're just going to go down.
Everton.
You think Everton are going to go down?
I don't think they're going to go down.
They always start like this.
Yeah, they looked horrendous.
So bad.
They always start like this, I will say. They always lose their first home game, and then obviously they've gone to Tottenham and got battered, which that can happen to a team like Everton.
They've got no money to invest.
Made mistakes though, didn't they, as well?
They've got no money to invest, and by the time the ownership officially gets taken over, it'll be transfer windows shut.
I'd love that to happen, because I've said on previous series of pods, right, if they are in the Championship in one of the best new stadiums in Europe for their first season, that will be hilarious.
Yeah.
How are they going to pay that stadium off if they're in the Championship? They're doomed.
Yeah.
Could Everton be the very first Premier League club to go bust?
I don't think they'll go
Do you reckon
bust.
someone would come in and get them?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Well, there's talk of Crystal Palace, one of the Palace shareholders or owners, part owners, selling his stock in Palace to get the Everton sale done.
Yeah.
But they've been messed about so many times that you think, oh yeah, it's on again, it's off again, it's on again, it's off again. It's just crazy. To me, they look an absolute shambles.
Okay, so Everton odds on. I think unfortunately, I know they've had a shocking fixture draw, but I think Ipswich is going to be a long season for them as well.
Yeah.
Agree. I think they start off really well, don't they? But they just don't sustain it. Like against Liverpool, they had a really good 45 minutes, didn't they? And then just couldn't sustain it.
Yeah.
Started really quickly against City, and then just couldn't sustain the attack after that.
You're spending they spent 140 million plus more, soon to come, on Championship players. On Championship players, how are you spending that money thinking, yeah, none of these players have played in the Premier League, so
but the market's wild now. Like for your bog standard Prem player now, you're paying 30 million.
Yeah.
It's wild, like that. It's so, and that's why they're buying Championship players, because they need numbers, not.
They need a deeper squad,
well,
not necessarily.
Essentially, they're planning for the Championship next season with a parachute payments and a better squad, and to try and get promoted again.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. I might be wrong.
I think Leicester.
Not a bad way to do it though.
No.
I think Leicester might have enough to stay up just 17th, maybe.
Vardy's got to stay fit, don't he?
I mean, it's wild that you're pinning your hopes on a 38-year-old striker.
Wow.
That's why I just don't think they'll sustain it. I mean, they were lucky against Spurs to get a draw.
Yeah.
They got absolutely battered, and then did they lose again? They lose this weekend.
They lost
this weekend.
Yeah, lost to Fulham.
You know, in another day they'd be on 0 points, wouldn't they? They got the 1 point against Spurs, I think, which was really fortunate.
They're due a points deduction as well,
and potentially points. This is why I said at the original predictions that I don't think they will stay up, because I think that points deduction will come in and that'll screw them.
I don't
shocker though. Palace lost 2 out of 2.
Shocking start,
yeah.
We all tip them for being, and they might still rise up the leagues, but to have a start where you've got no points out of 6, I think is
their transfers. I mean, Elise's gone. There's talk of Eze going.
Anderson went, didn't he?
Anderson's gone. Gahey's talk of going, and you're thinking,
surprised at that.
Where are you going to get players from to fill those positions? And I don't think you can.
No.
So unless they suddenly buy 3 or 4 great players that fit.
If somehow they end up with Gahey, Anderson, Elise and Eze going in the same window, that has got to be suicide, has it not?
Yeah, it's got to be.
You're going to find yourself in a relegation fight.
It's got to be your worst transfer window ever.
100%.
100%, yeah. Did you see
Before
Man
the ball
United's
went in.
disallowed goal? It was
Oh,
great.
Xerxes
What
one.
a great watch.
Off the knee.
What a great
Yes.
watch, mate.
Perfect.
Mate, as soon as I saw that, I thought, that's hit his knee.
Yeah.
He's offside.
Class.
And then they go up the other end, 95th minute, and beat him.
I don't think he meant it though, did he? I don't think he put his knee out to put. He
No,
was
he was
sliding in. It just hit his knee, didn't it?
Oh, it was completely by chance, but still a great watch for a Liverpool fan.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, just thinking on surprises, Brighton. I had Brighton quite low down because I thought new manager, quite young manager.
I can't believe he's 31.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
They're spending some money as well.
I don't think they'll do what they've done the last couple of seasons, though. I still think they're a mid-table club, maybe slight bottom half, 12th, 11th, 12th.
Again, though, to start, 2 out of 2, it gives them a good, strong footing to sort of, like you say, at least come mid-table.
We've said this before. Like, if you them first 5 games, right, for them smaller clubs, them first 5 games, if you manage to get 8, 9, 10 points out of those 15, right, invariably you'll be fine, because you just sort of get carried into that mid-table obscurity.
Yeah.
It's the teams that are taking 2-3 points out of 15.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are in trouble, because you can't get out,
No.
can you? Because it decimates morale as well, doesn't it?
100%.
And especially if you're a championship team and you're going through that, and the games just come thick and fast, and you have a run where it's like Man City, Liverpool, Spurs, and you have 3 or 4 teams like that in a row, you're dead.
Also, for the fans, I bet when Ipswich got their Premier League draw and they got Liverpool at home, Man City away, first 2 games of the season, great for the fans, right?
Yeah.
But you're going to get pumped. I know they held their own in the first half against Liverpool, but you're going to get pumped, right? Now you're going into the third game, right? Minus, you've had 8 goals banged past you. You haven't really done anything. Mate, morale starts to think, oh shit, are we good enough to be in this league? Like you want them in the mix down the road.
I don't know. I somewhat agree with that, but another way you could see it as 2 extra pre-season games, couldn't you? Because you're going into those games not thinking you're going to get a result. If you do, it's a bonus. So it's another opportunity to play in the Prem and in the intensity of the Prem and have 2 extra games to kind of work it out.
But you come into the Prem, right? Your first 2 games are Southampton at home and Bournemouth away, right? You're thinking, right, let's get 4 points out of 6 here, and we're fucking crest of a wave, you're off. But all of a sudden, 0 points. We're already bottom. There's only been 2 games. Look at the league table.
Yeah, exactly.
Arsenal, City, Liverpool top already.
Yeah.
Like the gulf is unreal.
Yeah.
So it's
back in the day, in our heyday, you could come up and you could compete because everyone was kind of at a level, but now they're just the top 6, top 10 are just miles ahead.
So I've got a question for you, right? And it's quite interesting to say about the gap and the cost gap and stuff. Would a salary cap work in the Premier League?
No,
because
you'd find
teams
funds
would
elsewhere.
Find way around it. Like they'd start fucking buying people houses and writing them off as fucking as
sponsorship
like signing on
deals
bonuses and
and
stuff to attract the best players.
So how does it? They've got a salary cap in La Liga, they've got a salary cap in Italy, and they've got a salary cap in other countries, and it's run perfectly.
Would you say it's run perfectly? Can't be.
In Spain?
Can't be run perfectly.
Right, okay,
so it's run
you've still got your
effectively.
Galacticos, haven't you? You've still got your teams that have got these amazing squads.
So what it's based on? It's based on how much money a club earns, but they can only spend a percentage. They can only spend a percentage. That's why Barcelona have to ship players out, and they can't register players, or they couldn't register the manager for ages because they were so far over their salary cap that they had to get rid of players.
Yeah, to start with, when you've managed your club a certain way, and then all of a sudden you bring a salary cap in, right? You think long term, salary caps don't work for 2 reasons. One, they'll say, right, on paper we're only going to pay 50 grand a week, right? But off paper, you'll be given houses and fucking cars and a one-off performance bonus to what they're the clubs with the most money will give them, and they'll still attract the best players. The second thing is, let's say they stamp down on all of that, which you can, but let's say they stamp down on all that and there is a true salary cap. What happens? People go to the clubs with the most nostalgia. So they still go to Barca, they still go to Real, they still go to Liverpool, they still go to Man United and Bayern Munich because those historically have been the build clubs. So you still, even after all that, you still get the best players going to the best teams.
I think,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think from a salary cap perspective, I'm not necessarily saying a salary cap would work, but I think it would close the gap from a financial standpoint. Newcastle have got the richest owners in the world and can't spend the money.
Yeah.
Because that's the investment. That's what the club's done in the past. They've not made a certain amount of money, so the new owners can't spend it.
I just don't think this, and this is a bit radical, but I just don't think there should be any sort of restrictions in that vein. If someone wants to go and buy a club and wants to spend their money, let them. Because at the end of the day, they can go and buy any club. So it's not like they're, the Saudis have gone in, they bought Newcastle, and now they can't spend money. Well, let them spend money because they're not necessarily going to get all the best players. They're going to pay over the odds for players that are okay because, like you said there, they're not always going to come to Newcastle.
Yeah.
So they're not going to go out there and buy Mbappe. They're not going to go out there and buy...
It's like we said before as well, isn't it? Realistically, if you're choosing between London and Liverpool or Manchester and Newcastle,
you
lifestyle.
Do you want to go to Paris Saint-Germain or do you want to go to Newcastle?
Exactly.
I tell you what, I'll go to Paris.
Do
you want to play somewhere warm like Madrid or do you want to go play in fucking Newcastle?
I'm
not going there.
Wake out, wear tops.
Yeah. Also, before we go into a break on part 2, just a stat that startled me, right, is Luis Diaz. How much do you think he gets paid a week, Luis Diaz?
80 grand.
120.
55 grand a week.
Does he?
He's that's true, which I'm sure it is because it's a respectable source. I got it from TikTok. And then that is an absolute steal. How have we got a top striker that starts in the Premier League for a top 3 club?
He won't be on that for long if it is.
Nah,
he'll be renegotiating a contract soon, won't he?
I saw on TikTok that Mo Salah's on 450 grand and 4 camels.
Bit racist.
Why only 4?
Because there's only 4 in Liverpool. All right, guys, on that, we'll come back for part 2.
Anytime. Just go for it.
Yeah. Have you been on these pods before? Do you know what we're doing? 5, 4, 3.
Hello and welcome back.
Well, that dull.
You were fucking asleep. You were more entertaining when you were
Hey,
asleep.
look, guys, it's bank holiday weekend and I'm tired, all right? So, welcome back. Anyone who stayed to watch the second part of this particular episode.
I wonder how many people watch whole
And
episodes.
I was thinking this the other day.
I mean, I know because I've got the stats.
After that intro, not many.
To be fair, yeah, that was poor intro.
You are lucky.
We're sticking with it.
You said a word a while back, and you've just done exactly what you were talking about.
What's that?
Bumble. You've just bumbled your way through
life.
That, well, yeah, through
true.
life and through that intro.
I'm not even going to disagree with that. I think the intro for the start of the pod and the intro for the part 2 weren't my best. So
I fucking love the energy, don't you?
I love
the energy.
Well,
I will do better for next time, guys.
Yeah. You
So
can
back
do-
for part 2.
you
So
can
what
do
we're
the
talking
next
about Bullis, because you said you've got a topic you want us to discuss in this part 2.
I have got a couple of questions for you.
Okay, this is
That I'm
dangerous.
interested in your opinions and your answers. Who is the best defender in the Premier League?
Defender.
What are you talking about? As in centre back or full back?
Defender.
Yeah, but there's different types
Okay,
of defence.
I'm going to go traditional, which is
centre
to
back.
defend.
I'm talking about a defender.
So
Van
I
Dijk.
would say Van Dijk, maybe marginally behind him, maybe Saliba, but Van Dijk's clear.
Van Dijk.
I don't think there's any question. Like Saliba's in the conversation. Is there anyone else in the conversation? I
Ruben
suppose-
Diaz.
Yeah, but not as good as Van Dijk.
The thing is, though, I don't know if it's because he plays for City and there's loads of top class players, but he kind of goes unnoticed. Whereas people like Saliba and Van Dijk tend to get a bit more traction in the news, in the reports, in the feedback.
Guardiola?
You never heard of Diaz.
I like Guardiola.
I don't think he's a top centre back yet, though.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, defender.
Defender.
You labelled centre back.
Yeah, and then obviously you've got Trent, who is obviously
Not a defender.
He's a megastar, but he's not.
Technically
He's
a
not in
defender.
that chat, is he?
He's
He's defender on FPL, mate.
well, yeah. Speaking of FPL, I've made a great start.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, good.
I am second
You're like Brighton,
nice.
mate. You'll start tumbling down soon.
Second in
well,
what?
in the league.
How many? So in the Golf Balls and Grappers League,
Yeah, yeah.
That blew up as well,
Loads
didn't
of
it?
you guys did actually join.
Which
Thank
we
you.
appreciate.
Yeah, we
30
appreciate it.
38 people.
Is there
just-
38 people?
38 people.
Just,
yeah.
just last year we did this, didn't we?
Yeah.
And there was me, you, and one of my mates, I think, wasn't it? That was it.
Yeah, even Christian
Christian
joined.
No, I was too busy
No.
that day.
Yeah, so are you a second in that one there? Yeah.
I'm second, yeah.
Nice, what a
Yeah,
start.
you are, yeah.
Have you played your triple captain yet?
I have not.
Do you know who's top?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know
we know
top.
who's top. Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played his triple captain. He texted me and told me. So, Wayne, if you're
Well-
watching,
well
you
done.
smashed it. What a
Well done,
start.
Ellis.
Can I talk a little bit about the challenge I set myself?
Yes, go for it.
All right, so the challenge I've set myself is to all season. So all season, I am not going to buy or have in my team Haaland, Salah, or Saka. I'm not buying them all season, and my target is to not finish bottom. So far, where am I?
Bottom.
Shit.
Yeah, just look at that. Yeah,
Bottom.
You're rock bottom, mate, by 7 points.
So if
I mean, rock bottom's a bit harsh by 7.
So just
Rock
to let
bottom,
you know, that is going to happen. So all season, the top. So in the last 2 seasons, I had a look. In the last 2 seasons, combine both seasons, those 3 players have scored the most combined points. So I thought, right, I'm not picking the top players. I'm going to try and do it.
You're one of only 3
alternatively.
people not to break 100 yet.
Really.
So basically, what you're thinking is, if you refer this to Football Manager, you're like a Stockport County, and you want to try and get them to the Premier League as quickly
No,
as possible.
What I'm doing is I'm a new Premier League team who's trying to do it on a shoestring.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it without the 3 absolute bankers. Nearly every week they get more than 2 points
but
every week.
you've still got players where you think, oh, you're guaranteed points. Phil Foden when he gets playing again.
Yeah, I've got Foden, obviously, because I've got Foden and Palmer. Like, I ain't got a bad team.
Jota.
But
Isak.
I've got Jota.
Yeah.
I ain't got Isak, but I
haven't
just...
got Isak?
No, I just
Who's up
thought...
front?
I've got Watkins, Mateta, and Gerald Quansah. But no,
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Good to come back to Joel Quansah. I'm shocked you didn't say Quansah's the best defender in the Premier League.
Is that what you thought I was going to say?
No, I mean, you was Dick
Yeah,
Ryder.
that's true.
What daft.
But so what I will say is I know that the forfeit this year for the end of FPL is a full kit wanker Everton share, including shin pads
Well,
and shorts.
hang on. We actually didn't say Everton shirt.
What, I thought we said Everton, didn't
Yeah,
we?
Everton.
Well, we said the ugliest kit possible.
All right, whatever.
An ugly
That's
Everton
fine.
kit.
But
Well, yeah.
so I'm quite happy to go full kit wanker, but I will take a moral victory if I finish second from bottom. I'll take it. in our team, in our Golf Goals and Grapplers League with 38 teams in.
I'm struggling to see why he's doing this.
And please, I'm struggling to also see it as well. But also,
It's like he wants to wear the
please
kit.
just join the league. If you want to join the league, we'll put the
Still
code up
time.
again. There's still time. Just jump in.
Although I think how it works, they don't get any points that they've already accrued. They come in
do they?
cold.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
They come
shit.
in cold.
So don't do that because then Chris Watt come bottom.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Someone join on like game week 27.
It's gonna be a robot who's
Yeah.
just make
Yeah,
loads
yeah.
of profiles.
Yes.
So if you're taking a moral victory,
I just think there's.
what you can do? Take the shin pads out and then just still be.
I'll still wear the full kit because that was the deal. Like I'll honour the deal.
I'm glad you'll
I
honour your
just-
deal, not like someone.
Yeah, I'll just honour the deal. But I just feel that there is life after Haaland and Salah. I just feel there's life after him.
I mean, I've not tried it to that degree, but I didn't have Haaland last year,
Did you not?
and I regretted it
Well, yeah.
massively
Well,
because
yeah.
every week he was banging that tricks. Everyone I did was capped him, and that I soon became miles and miles away from the lead.
Yeah. What's your
Wasn't
next
it?
question?
I want you to think of. You could do it together.
This sounds tough.
I'd rather not do it together.
And conglomerate the top 5 together, or
Do what?
Conglomerate.
who are the top 5 goalkeepers in the Premier League?
What right now?
No, fucking 10 years ago.
Well, I don't know if you meant like in
Active,
history. of the
you
Premier
mean, or
League.
in history?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
like, top
It's a
5 now.
Active.
Yeah, that's
It was a fair question.
Fair
Otherwise,
question, wasn't it?
otherwise
You're
I'd have
just a
said
dick.
in history.
Alisson, Edison,
Raya.
You're struggling.
Raya, Petr Cech.
Peach Sprinkle.
No, Raya. I'd put. I know you're going to slate for this, but I'd get fucking obviously Nick Pope, and then I'd put my fifth one would be Pickford. I'd put Pickford in there as a decent
What?
keeper.
In terms of other keepers that are out there, that I think Jose Sar's pretty decent for Wolves
Yeah.
as a shot stopper.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
What are you on about? You asked us the question. You can't then judge us.
I can't judge it. It's my job.
Of course you can.
So top 3 is Alisson, Edison, Raya.
Yep, they're nailed on.
They're nailed on. So you only got to get 2 more.
Pope
No,
when he's fully fit, mate.
yeah, but that's like saying Pickford when he doesn't make a mistake.
I mean, it's not, but all right.
It's nothing like that.
I'll tell you what, it's not. Onana won't be in there.
Right.
Oh, nah.
No, he definitely won't be in there.
What was that going to be?
It's a Man United chant. It's only us United fans that know.
I'm trying to
How's
think
it?
of any other keepers that are half decent.
Flecken,
He made some good stops.
Areola, Schmeichel,
What about the world's best keeper? Statistic. Martinez from Villa.
Oh, yeah, Martinez. Yeah, he'd be my top 5. I'd
Would
put
he?
him in there.
You've known
Okay.
what 8?
I've
I
said
know
that
them.
5.
Three-
Pope and Pickford, and then the bankers, the 3 bankers.
3
You'd go
bankers.
Pickford over Martinez.
Yep.
Martinez
Wow, that's
would
wild.
probably be my 4th.
Just
Yeah.
think Pickford looks worse because he's in an absolutely horrendous team.
And he's about 5'6".
Yeah, but
With
great for us
T-Rex
in the
arms.
Euros. You've got short memories. He was good in the Euros.
I ain't got short anything.
You have.
Anyway.
Yeah, you are.
Right, guys, we're going to wrap this pod up with a little game. Right.
Ooh.
For those of you that are heavy on social media, you might have seen it. It's a dead simple game.
Good.
It's just a game of top trumps.
Is it dead or dead?
Right, so I've got 2 games for you. So I've got one for Christian and one for Bullis. So you're going to be given 2 players, and you've got to save a player, and then that player stays for the next round, and then I'll say the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
player.
I know, yeah.
Seen
Yeah.
it? Like top trumps.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So if I said, "Oh, do you prefer Liverpool or Arsenal?" You'd say Liverpool. I'd go, right, okay, Liverpool or Real Madrid.
Yeah,
And
you
then
keep
stay.
going.
That's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
we're
yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Okay, until you get to one player. So your topic, Bullis, is active Premier League midfielders.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Just to clarify, is
Yeah.
it who I think's the best?
Yeah, who's the best
So who would you
active
keep?
Premier League
Yeah.
Okay.
midfielder?
Yep.
Okay, ready? Okay, so we'll kick off with Alex McAllister or Zoboszlai.
McAllister.
Alex McAllister or James Maddison.
McAllister.
Alex McAllister or Smith Rowe.
McAllister.
Alex McAllister or Neto.
McAllister.
Alex McAllister or Gravenberch.
McAllister.
Oh, he's doing well. Alex McAllister or Mainu. Oh, we got a thinker. We finally got a thinker.
Manu.
Oh, get out. Get out.
Kobe Mainu or Enzo Fernandez.
Manu.
Mainu or Kudus.
That's tough because they're playing different positions and doing
Yeah.
different roles.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Oh, he's gone Kudus.
Yeah, I like Kudos. I think he does more.
Controversial. Kudus or Luis Diaz.
Kudos. I'd have
Get
Kudos to replace
out.
Luis
Wow.
Diaz.
Kudus or Savinho. Oh, he's thinking.
No,
You can't go Savinho, you've watched twice.
I'll go Kudos.
Kudus or Declan Rice.
Declan Rice.
Fuck it.
Declan Rice or Diego Jota?
Rice. Because Jota's not a midfielder.
Okay. Declan Rice or Heung-min Son?
I mean, Son's really not a midfielder either. So
These are listed as midfielders in FPL, by the way.
Rice.
Ooh, Rice over Son.
Yeah.
Declan Rice or Mohamed Salah?
Salah.
Oh, no one can beat Salah now. That's
Salah or Rodri?
Rodri.
Oh, Salah went out. We're on with Rodri.
How's Rodri not the best midfielder on the fucking planet?
Rodri or Cole Palmer?
Rodri.
Rodri or Jared Bowen?
Rodri.
Rodri or Saka?
Rodri. There's only one player that could beat Rodri.
Rodri or Kevin De Bruyne?
That's it.
Kevin De Bruyne?
Yeah.
Wait, Rodri's tapped out. So then the final two is De Bruyne or Anthony Gordon?
De Bruyne.
Anthony Gordon.
De Bruyne or Foden?
You got to think, if you was building a team now, who would you take?
Yeah, but
No,
it's not about
no,
that.
it's not about that.
Of course it is.
You're not
No, it's
building
not.
a team.
I ain't
It's
building-
who
I
is
ain't-
just the
I
absolute
ain't playing Football
baller of a
Manager.
player.
De Bruyne.
Oh, so De Bruyne wins and that's it. That's the list. So your ultimate winner is Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think that's reasonable. That
Yeah, you could have just gone, who's your favourite midfielder?
no, because
all that.
there was some mad stuff in there. Like Kobe Mainoo beat quite a few players there, mate.
Yeah,
that
I didn't
expect.
agree with the Kobe Mainoo swap from McAllister.
Did you not?
No.
Why?
Interesting.
No.
Why not?
Because I think McAllister's technically better on the ball with his passing and his range. I think McAllister can play more positions.
Hang on, right? I'm just going to ask you a question.
Go on then.
If Kobe Mainoo was in an England shirt and McAllister was in an Argentinian shirt, would you think the same?
Yeah.
Right.
Bullshit.
Okay. Let's move on for
Go on.
yours before we wrap up the
His
pod.
man's going to be Liverpool players.
So yours
Quanta.
is Premier League defenders active.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ever? Is this ever?
No, I've just said active.
I know, I'm joking.
Good luck.
Okay, ready? So off we go. Pedro Porro or Ben White?
Ben White.
Oh, it's wild.
Ben White or Akanji?
Kanji.
Ooh, Akanji or Dallo?
Kanji.
Akanji or Timber?
Kanji.
Akanji or Zinchenko?
Kanji.
Akanji or Harry Maguire?
Kanji.
Akanji or Ruben Diaz?
Ruben Diaz.
Ruben Diaz or Kanate?
Diaz.
Ruben Diaz or Branthwaite?
Fucking hell. Ruben Diaz.
You fucking hate Branthwaite,
He's
don't
a
you?
cunt.
Ruben Diaz or Mark Gahey?
Ruben Diaz.
Ruben Diaz or Colwell?
Ruben Diaz.
Ruben Diaz or Jarell Quanta?
Do I go with my heart or my head?
Oh, fucking hell.
Ruben Diaz.
Ooh.
I've got to.
Ruben Diaz or John Stones?
Oh, John Stones.
Ooh. Wow. John Stones or Kieran Trippier?
John Stones.
John Stones or Luca Digne?
John Stones.
John Stones or Vardiol?
John Stones.
John Stones or Gabriel?
Has he got an eye patch?
John
Dreams
Stones.
can come true. John Stones.
Yeah, I'll stick with JT.
Jo-
JS.
JT.
JT.
John Stones or Trent Alexander-Arnold?
Trent. All day.
Trent or Saliba? Oh.
Oh, this is harder, this one. I'll stick with Trent.
Trent or Van Dijk?
He's a Virgil Dick Rider. He's going to say Van Dijk.
Trent.
What?
And finally, Trent or Robertson?
Trent.
Oh,
Oh my
so that's the
God.
game, and your ultimate Premier League defender is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Well done, boys.
Thanks.
Controversial lists,
Who's
some
on the back?
interesting ones in there. They are for further episodes where they're a bit. Some of the topics are ropey, let's say.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll
All
see
right
them.
then.
So tune in
Hey.
for the next episodes. And
Peace.
we will see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.